Usually when we picture a chemistry lab, we think of, like, you know, sterile white rooms and safety goggles. But today we're doing a deep dive into what we're calling garage chemistry.
Yeah, our mission today is to really uncover how just a little bit of foundational science can completely bypass those tedious gourmet cooking
Right,
rules.
and we have a really fun case study for this, don't we?
We do, yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking at two nature and innovation students.
Kesser and Steen.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So they've just returned from a bike ride to Aunt Green's garden with all this fresh asparagus.
And they find this mysterious cooler sitting right on Oma's doorstep,
Right, from someone named Gunnar, and inside is this beautiful, fresh Easter lamb.
which sounds amazing until, well, cue the gatecrasher.
Oh, yes, Steen's dad. He immediately invites himself over.
Naturally.
He literally has his grill knives already in his apron pockets, just ready to take over the cooking.
Typical dad move.
Totally.
But Kesser and Steen actually want to apply some science to this meal, right?
Hmm.
So they brilliantly banish the dad to the bonfire hut to go prep the coals.
Which gets him out of the way. And, banishing him gives them the space to deploy this Michelin star technique.
An herbal infusion rub.
Right. So Kesser grabs a mortar, throws in some coarse sea salt flakes, chopped rosemary, and garlic tops.
Okay.
And he just grinds it all down into this fragrant green paste.
Which, I mean, I would normally just chop the rosemary and throw it on the meat.
Most people would, yeah.
Why spend all that manual labor grinded it to a paste? I mean, you're essentially just making savory sand.
Well, that's exactly the point, actually. Kesser is using the salt as a mechanical tool first.
Oh, okay. How so?
Those coarse flakes act exactly like sandpaper, so they are physically tearing down the cell walls of the rosemary and the garlic.
Oh, so he's literally breaking the herbs open.
Exactly. And then comes the chemical power, because salt is highly hygroscopic.
You mean he draws moisture out, right?
You got it. Chemically, it pulls the water and all those essential plant juices right out of the crushed herbs. So they are basically extracting the flavor base in real time.
Okay, so now that these herbs are crushed and, bleeding juices, Kesser adds olive oil, a chunk of organic butter, and black pepper,
Yeah, Steen calls this an herb tea, but made of oil.
which is super interesting because oil and water famously do not mix. So introducing the olive oil forces this chemical choice. Why is oil the magic ingredient here to capture the scent?
Well, think of a bottle of vinaigrette dressing in your fridge.
Ah.
No matter how hard you shake it, the oil eventually just floats right back to the top.
Right, phase separation.
Exactly. The aromatic compounds in rosemary are oil-soluble.
Ah, I see where this is going.
Yeah, so they abandon the water phase that the salt just created and migrate straight into that floating layer of butter and olive oil.
So essentially the oil isn't just a liquid base,
Yeah,
it is basically a chemical trap for the scent.
exactly. It traps those aromatics perfectly so they can coat the lamb. And they wisely save some of this infusion for the first baked potatoes from Oma's garden, by the way.
Oh man, that sounds incredible.
Right. And in a gourmet kitchen, this kind of extraction process usually takes all day long, but these guys hacked it down to just 5 minutes.
5 minutes, that is wild. And the resulting smell is so intoxicating, the sources say it literally made the boys dizzy while they were rubbing down the meat.
Yeah, dizzy from the smell alone.
So, I mean, the next time you are prepping for a backyard BBQ, remember you aren't just rubbing meat with spices. You are conducting a full-on chemical extraction.
Yeah, you just need to leverage the abrasive, water-pulling power of salt.
And the flavor-trapping power of oil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It completely reframes how you look at a simple marinade. It is not just a recipe, it's applied science.
I love that. So, to wrap this deep dive up, think about this. If two students can hack an all-day Michelin star flavor extraction in 5 minutes using just a mortar, pestle, and basic chemistry, what other tedious gourmet cooking rules are just waiting to be bypassed in your own kitchen?